What's up, On The Go crew? Today we're out in the garage. It's getting to be kind of nice out here, so we're gonna be taking a look at the motorcycle. Gonna get that. Gotta get the rear tire replaced before this season of riding. I got a little low on me last year, so we're gonna go through the process of getting that removed so I can get a new tire put on. And I think along the way we're probably gonna change the oil and give it a quick once over, make sure everything's ready to go for a season of riding. I like taking the motorcycle in the summertime just for commuting back and forth to work because it really saves a lot of money on gas. So we're gonna go through this, and that way hopefully in the next few months we can start getting it out and taking a ride. All right, so hang tight and we're gonna get through this thing. First thing we gotta do is unlock all the toolboxes, because I have never done this before, so I have no idea what it's actually gonna take to pull this wheel off. But one way or the other, I think we'll have enough tools to do the job. One more. Depending on how extensive it gets, we might just roll this one right behind the bike so it's a little easier to grab stuff. Alright, first thing we're going to do is pull these saddlebags off just so I can get a little better view of what I'm working on here. I'm going to use a 4mm Allen socket to do that. Got a couple inside deep. Should really clean these saddlebags out. I don't even know what's in them anymore. Just like that. All right. So full disclosure, I was a heavy equipment mechanic for about 11-ish years, and I'm pretty good at it. You know, made a pretty good career out of it for about 11 years, but this is a little out of my element. One thing I've never been ashamed to do is hit the book. So I'm gonna grab the maintenance manual here and repair manual and see if I can't gain a little insight onto this job, because I've never messed with shaft-driven motorcycles before. You know, growing up, had dirt bikes and some old Hondas and chain drive, no big deal. You know, you just pull a couple bolts and drop the whole rear end out just like a bicycle, basically. But there's a little bit more to this one, so we're gonna hit the book and we'll be right back. All right, so it says the next step is to remove the mufflers. So we're gonna get that out of the way and we'll hit you up real quick. I gotta change a battery. All right, so for that it looks like we're gonna need, I don't know, probably a number 6 hex to bust those bolts loose, and gonna get these guys loose over here. They look pretty caked, heated and caked on there, so we're gonna maybe soak them with a little bit of penetrating oil, and then it looks like we just gotta come right down here and take off a couple of those guys, and I think we'll be in business. Which, once we get that out of the way, it'll make it a lot easier to get to the air or the oil filter that's right back there. It's a bit ridiculous for the average person, but if you do anything with a lot of hex head bolts like this or Allen head, I can't recommend these enough. This is a Mac RBRT socket set, and stands for rounded bolt removal tool. But they look like they're Torx drive, but they're actually for Allen. And man, they cut in and hang on to a bolt better than anything I've ever used. I've used these as extractors, and I mean, I have abused them for years, and they just are the best thing ever. So anytime I'm dealing with something like this where it's real rusty or nasty, I don't even waste my time with anything but the RBRT sockets. And I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by Mac Tools. It's something that I've used for a long time, I firmly believe in, and man, they are the best. Some guys will call me crazy, but I like using extensions on some bolts like these, just because when you've done it for a while, you can get a feel. You'll get a feel for how the bolt's talking to you. But I like an extension because you can see how everything's twisting and loading up, and that'll save you from breaking a lot of heads off bolts. And the key for these is just go slow. There we go. There's one loose. Don't want to rush anything. These are those times, I'm sure you see the memes on Facebook where, you know, every 30-minute job is just one broken bolt away from a 5-day ordeal. Well, this is what they're talking about. You know, you just kind of go slow, feel it. Don't load anything too tight. Don't force anything and just work them right off. If you guys are interested, I'll do a whole video on how to extract broken bolts. Because anytime you've been a mechanic or done anything, I'm sure people have broken bolts. So if you wanna do a little class on that, shoot me a message or comment on here, and I'll see if I can make something happen. Because it's such a pain in the ass, and I've found a few good ways of doing it. All right. I'm gonna keep going on the lower pipe and take them off of the back here. We'll pick this up in a minute. Here's a quick tool hack for you guys too. I gotta try to get this Phillips head screw out. You see how it's all rusty and real nasty looking? I'm scared I'm probably gonna break that. So instead of being able to get a lot of torque on this little itty bitty screwdriver like this, let me show you guys a trick. What we're gonna do, we're going to take it over here to our big old fancy wrench drawer. and we're gonna find a wrench that slips right over the head of that. So in this case, it's 24 millimeter or 15/16 would work just fine. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna give us an extension, so we'll be able to drive a whole lot more torque on it, hopefully not break that bolt. Give it a shot. Here's where that RBRT socket really shines. Look at how hard that thing bit into this Allen head, and it took this chrome bolt all the way out, which if you've ever taken chrome or two different types of metal out of each other, it is a nightmare. So this is why you buy them RBRT sockets. Alright, next step is we got the brake caliper popped off there. That's just same as every other brake caliper we've ever done. Next I'm going to take and loosen this, but we're not going to take it all the way out. I just want to break it loose, because as the more stuff we take off, the more wobbly this bike gets. So this way I'm going to break everything else that I need to take off loose. That way we're good to go for later. Seeing that guy right there, that's why we had to replace this tire. We got every mile out of that one. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna give this about another 30 minutes or so, because my wife will be home anytime, and I gotta get a couple other projects done before we get going too far. We're gonna take the ice house off the pond this weekend too, so I gotta get some stuff loaded up before she gets home. So we're gonna work on this for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna switch gears and go that way. So stay tuned. I think we're about ready to pop this wheel out. Just got a few more things in the way to get loose, and we're ready to roll.